build it, you demolish it. The legendary Homewrecker Burrito. Come build yours today with 20+ fresh ingredients.
I think we started off slow. Our whole thing was making sure that when we come out executing. We want to set the level. We don't want to play to anyone and to any. Had a few letdowns, but we rolled our necks. We continue to work. Special teams was solid as well. So all three phases, like I said, after we got our slow start, after we got it going, all three phases really kicked in.
All right, 12 points in the first half, 27 points scored in the second half. What adjustments did you make after halftime?
Well, little things. It was all about the little things. It was all about refocusing on our rules, refocusing on if they're doing this to us, what does our rule tell us to do? Just calming down. We see what they do, but then they do things that are a little bit different to compensate for certain things. So, it's just getting our guys to make the quick adjustments based off of our rules, and when we did that, we were okay.
All right, defense had a scoreless game, 4 sacks, 1 pick. Why is the defense so good today? How was it so good today?
Well, it was all about execution. We got a great look from our scout team this week. Our scout team was able to go out and show us what these guys do much differently than what we were able to do the Woodside week. You got to play fundamental football against this, and our scout team was really able to come out and give us a look that was close to game speed, so we'll have our guys ready on today.
All right, you guys have York next week. How do you transfer this momentum into next week?
Once again, it's just about coming out and executing on what we do. We can't play down to anybody's level. Whatever tone they set, we got to make sure that we establish the tone that we want, and we got to come out there and execute. These teams that we're playing, they're well-coached teams, so we got to make sure that we're executing on our level, and if we're doing that, we'll be able to play Phoebus football.
11 for 14 today, 204 yards, 3 touchdowns. How'd you see the field so well?
After halftime, we broke it down. First half, we were moving a little slow. But after halftime, I went through my keys and I had to slow the game down.
All right, you guys scored 27 points after the half, 12 points first half. What did you guys change in the second half? How was the offense working so well?
The line, they blocked the tails off, That's where it all starts. They blocked, and I just made my delivery.
All right, what can we expect out of you guys next week?
We got to start off with practice, executing practice, the way you practice, how you play.
You have 5 catches, 114 yards, 1 touchdown. How were you able to see everything so well today?
Well, the defense ran a cover 3, so the whole week in practice, we knew that they were going to key on Jamari and our running game because our running games are so strong. So we just wanted to find a weak point in their defense, and throwing the ball was one of them. So me and Justin stayed after practice all week, and we just started getting a connection. And we knew that coming into the game that we was going to be able to throw the ball a lot more.
All right, what did you guys change up in the second half?
We went into halftime with that big touchdown right before the half. Coach told us that we needed to step up and we don't need to play down to the level of our competition. So he told us that we needed to go hard, and so it's our for seniors, it's our last game. So we just had to step up because we didn't want to go home.
How do you come out here and duplicate this week's performance next week for you guys against York?
Well, we play every team the same, and we're going to strategize against every team the same. So we just try to go 1-0 every week. So next week we're 0-0, and we're going to try to lead next week 1-0.
How's it feel to come out here and get this first one in the playoffs?
For the first time playing in the playoff game this year, because last year we lost in the second round. So coming out here getting a win the first round and having the advantages that we have and the athletes that we have, it's a great feeling because this is my second time being in the playoffs with such a great group.